Hi, and welcome along to the Bias Premier League show with my man White Yardie in the building. Brought to you today by Boohoo Man. If you want to get things like this, yeah, I like this. I like this. You want to get tops like this, or what Yardie's got on, or many more jeans, tops, whatever you want, man. Boohoo Man, they got you. The link is in the description. You can get up to 40% off. Use the code AFTV. Yo. Can't be bad, yeah? Can't be bad. Especially after our depressing weekend, getting knocked out of the FA Cup. We were the FA Cup holders. FA Cup, according to Yardie, stood for, was it? What did you say again? It was for Arsenal.
Yeah,
for
once upon a time.
Yeah. No longer for Arsenal Cup.
Forget Arsenal Cup now.
Yeah, knocked out in the fourth round. And you know what? It was very, very disappointing because we got knocked out with a whimper.
Listen, man. For me, we may speak about this before even the Newcastle game, and I said, "Yo, this is a cup that for Arsenal Cup. This is a cup we need to defend. This is our cup. This is the one we're holding right now. And come the end of the season, as a fan, if you don't win the Premier League, it's all about what did you win this season. For me, it's like I still win a cup. I can see my players celebrating winning a trophy. Do you understand what I mean? And this what brings me back down to what I always say is like, yo, Arteta still has a lot to prove to me. Like I've said that. I feel like I'm not like, listen, yes, I've said Arteta out before. I've said that because we went on to a bad losing over November, December. He's turned things around a bit and we've seen some victories. However, it's still a lot to prove because in my eyes, Arteta is still learning to be a manager. He's not got the manager quality. He's not got the experience. He's never been in these situations before. It's all new to him. So he's learning about this experience. And yes, that's a part of progressing to have experience is to learn. However, I feel like the stature of Arsenal's football club, we shouldn't be test subjects to somebody learning. And that's why I said he has a lot to prove. And that's why last week when you said give him credit, I can't give him credit because come FA Cup, what lineup was that? You're feeling Willian, Eddie, and Pepe, who have done nothing for us this season. So already you're giving the opposition team an advantage by feeling them who are not firing. It's like sending a man to war with gun with no bullet. You're sending the man them figure dead. That's what he did. There's no bullets in the gun. You put Willian in the middle as a creative. The man couldn't even create anything. I doubt him could even come. Yo, listen, man. He need to
Wait a minute, yeah. I've heard it all over the weekend. I've seen you arguing with DT back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah.
I've seen people slagging off the manager for the team. My brother, me and him have been going back and forth about it. Let me tell you something here. When I did my team before the game, right, I didn't play the full Arsenal team. I didn't play the full Arsenal. I rested players as well. Right? And I'm going to give you credit because I remember last week's show, you said you would go full strength.
Yes.
Right? But I felt that this at this moment in time, with the amount of games that we've had come all at once, that you gotta rotate a bit.
Yes.
Now, the only one that I didn't really agree, if I was looking at it before the game, the one that I wouldn't have agreed with, there's two that I wouldn't have agreed with right at the start of the game, right? I wouldn't have put Eddie in because I'm not convinced at the moment with Eddie and Ketia. And if you need a goal, but then I wondered to myself, would Eddie have been in if Aubameyang hadn't have had to, cut out of the squad in an emergency? That was an emergency situation. We don't know.
We don't know.
Right?
Yeah, we don't know.
So maybe he could have been in only because of that, right? I wouldn't have played El Neni and Xhaka.
No.
But I would have played Pepe and I would have put Willian in that number 10, right? Because you've got to rotate the squad. Now, it's not everyone's blaming Arteta. I want to put the blame this time firmly and squarely on the players.
But listen, Robbie,
I blame the players because you know what, right?
Well.
Wait a minute, let me finish, right? My point,
yeah.
I I looked around this weekend. Every team rested play. Southampton went really strong. I mean,
Yes.
they took everybody by surprise because literally that was their first team.
Okay.
Yeah. But every other team over this weekend rested players.
But there's a
everybody
key
else.
point.
Wait a minute. Everyone wrote. Even the game yesterday, Manchester United against Liverpool. You can't have a harder game than that, right?
Yep.
But Liverpool and Manchester United rested players. You know, Bruno Fernandes and that was on the bench.
Yes.
Mane was on the bench. So everybody rotated. It's just that the guys that came in for us were rubbish.
But
and
listen,
I blame them.
But listen, I'm going to make a point. What you need to realize about these teams that did rotate players, however, there were key players in their team still. Maddison still played for Leicester. Barnes still played for Leicester. Vardy's out injured right now. That's the only reason probably that's like the Aubameyang situation. We don't know if he would have played or not. They played key players that would. Pogba's been a key player for Man United. He played. And he would play the next game and he would play against us. So there's key players yes, I mean, we went up front with Gabriel, who Martinelli, who is being in the squad, out the squad, in the squad, out the squad, in the squad.
Everybody's been saying, including you, about 2 weeks ago, you were saying he should play instead of Aubameyang.
He should play. But listen to what I'm saying is that this guy is being put into a squad now with when you look in front of him, when you look who he has as his attacking partners, he has Eddie, Pepe, and Willian. That's his attacking partners, right? And he's looking at them like, yo, where's the support for me? He was trying to make things happen, but there's no support. So what I'm saying is that they left out key players out of the squad.
I hear you on that.
One more decision again. Look at this, and this is why I question Arteta as a manager, and I said he's still learning, right? He makes substitutions, yeah. He did it the other day. It's like he took off Abba. Apparently Abba needed to go toilet, so he took off Abba, put on William, right? But then he took off who else? He made another substitution and then brought on Martinelli. Then told William to go over to the other side. So why you never just bring on Martinelli for Aubameyang and then bring on William for where he wanted to go? He did it again with Cedric. He put Cedric on left back and put Bellerin in the right. Then he made a substitution and brought on it's like he has the players there, but then you swap them, you keep swapping them. So you could make the substitution early.
We haven't got a left back to back up.
No, but hold on. He brought on Saka for was it Saka for Pepe? I think it was. He brought on anyway. What my point is that he can make the substitutions and put the players in the right positions. But what he does, he puts them everywhere and then moves them around. For me, yeah, look at this, yeah. I'm gonna show you something. Bellerin came off before Cedric. I doubt Cedric will be in the team for Tuesday because he's going to say Cedric play the full 90 minutes, give him the rest. Another thing, I was saying play Partey, right? When we're saying he don't want to risk it. He wants to give these players full time to rest. When we're losing, he's willing to risk Partey because if we score the equalizer, yeah, Partey came on like 60-something minutes. He played like 30 minutes of that half. If we score the equalizer, we'd have had 30 more minutes to play. That would be about 65 minutes.
All right.
You have to understand.
You have to understand.
We cannot risk. So because we're losing, let's risk it now.
Risk it. Wait a minute.
No, you put out a full team. Hold on. You put out a strong team. Defend this cup. This is the only cup you have won, Arteta. This cup has given him credit. This is the cup that makes people believe in him. And you just disrespect the club by feeling the cup by feeling bang average players.
Right, let me say something. Right. I think you've got some validity when you say that he should have had more key players in the team. But as I said, would Aubameyang had started if
I know
it hadn't have been for the fact that he had to leave the squad, right? I think he would have done, right? Now, the other thing about when you talk about Thomas Partey, I wouldn't have started Partey. I said to you last week, the guy's just coming back off of an injury. We got to nurse him back in a way. And to me, right? His mistake was I would have brought Partey on at half time.
Yes.
I could see at half time that those players,
Laka Partey, bring them on.
I would have brought Laka
Partey,
and Partey. So
Saka,
that was a
all three of
mistake.
them.
That was a mistake on his part, right? But with the Partey thing, right? When you say that, I remember speaking to a coach. He's a coach he's at Crystal Palace, right? I remember saying that same thing to him one time regarding another player. I'm like, why is it that a player, you're saying to yourself, you don't want to risk a player, but you bring him on later on in the game, sometimes even half time, right? Why not bring him on to start off with, and then you can take him off?
Yes.
Rather than him, like exactly what you just said, right? And you know what he said to me, which made, then after that, I was like, actually, yes.
Okay.
He said to me, he goes, you don't want to risk a player at all. So the best scenario is if Arsenal are, say, for instance, 3-0 up in the game, you don't have to bring Partey on at all. He has a full rest in time for the next game. So that's the thinking about it. That's why they will always look to start without that player. They're trying to not risk because they're thinking to themselves, if we're 2-0 up or 3-0 up and I don't have to bring him on, I won't bring him on at all in the game. I won't risk him at all. I only want to bring him on if there's an emergency. But I felt we should have brought Partey on and Lacazette on at halftime. I thought Eddie, he scuffed and mishit every single chance he had. I looked at that game, right, and I said, it's easy to blame Arteta, but a manager has to rotate his squad. I blame those players. I look on it, and I said it in one of my other shows, that neither Pepe, Willian, Eddie Nketiah, and El Neni, right? I'm not putting Martinelli in it. He's coming off of an injury, right? And he's got to nurse his way back. And I'm not putting Gabriel, even though he was horrendous in the first half, the second half. Yeah. Because Gabriel has had COVID, he's just coming back. But those
minutes, he's missing minutes.
Other players that I just named, from now till the end of the season, you are benchman them. Do not come and ask the manager anything about starting. Do not moan or anything when the manager says, Pepe, you're on the bench. I don't want to hear no fans saying, why is Pepe's being treated unfairly? You saw at the weekend why he doesn't start.
He got his chance.
You saw at the weekend.
They got the chances, but
you saw at the weekend why a 20-year-old kid is keeping out an experienced player like Willian. You saw that. You saw why Eddie Nketiah cannot start a game at Arsenal because at the moment, and I say at the moment, hopefully, but at this moment in time, he's not good enough. He should be loaned out to go and play regular
Robbie,
football.
let me show you something.
So to me, I don't want to put the blame on Arteta. I blame those players, right? Yes. They let the guy down. They let the club down with their terrible
Arteta picks them. Arteta picks them. And
he's
picked them.
Listen,
I know you say about rotation, but watch this. I know you say about rotation. However, Martinelli was first to be subbed.
Because he's just coming back from
but what I'm trying to say, he to me,
and he was having and not only that,
because he don't have the support. So why did
he was having a bad game? It weren't just support. The guy had a big chance in that first half. He blew it as well.
But
he did. He had a big chance. The ball was played through to him, a wicked little free kick move, and he completely miskicked it. He had a bad game. I know he's a favorite of the fans. He's one of my favorite players. I want to see him playing. He had a bad game. That's why he got hooked. But I would have hooked Eddie at halftime. I would have hooked. I would have hooked El Neni at halftime. Too many players in this team. I've said it to you before.
I believe at halftime, if he took off, if he brought on Saka, Partey, and Laka, and took off Eddie, Willian, and Pepe, we would have won that. I believe that. We didn't.
Actually, we didn't. We're out. Let's just get into that. By the way, the scores for I noticed you ain't been too in a hurry to call out those things, right? But the predictions, we both went for an Arsenal win. We both flopped there. Man United versus Liverpool. You said it'd be a 2-2 draw. I said 1-0. It was actually 3-2. Great game. Leicester versus Brentford. You said 3-0. I said 2-1. It was 3-1. Yeah, Chelsea versus Luton. You said 3-0. I said 3-1. I won this one. Back again. Right?
3-2, 3-2. Don't worry.
3-2. So it's all on this. It's all on. We're not going to do the midweek games. So it's all on the weekends game with the Man United game in it and stuff like that. Chelsea, by the way, they won. A lot of people were saying, this game, Frank, if he don't win it, he's gone. Well, he won it. He's still gone anyway. They've sacked him.
I think that was already that was already in place. I think that was already in place.
Ruthless.
They probably was already speaking to the manager. I think it's the PSG ex-manager. They're looking to get in now. So I think that was already spoken about. Maybe.
The fact is that Tuchel, I think he's a real hyped up manager. He's decent.
He had a bag of superstars to work with.
You know
what I mean?
Manager, man. He could be another Emery for them.
But you know what is you're right in a certain way, because there's certain managers that get a lot of credit, but then when you look at the squads that they had and the players they had, it's like it wouldn't be really hard to manage certain players and get results from
the
French league is not like the most
competitive.
He's got
a team that's about 10 times better than everyone else in France.
Exactly. So
I don't know, man. I think he's a bit of a hyped up manager, but certainly I was looking at Frank Lampard's win rate, and it's like the worst of any of the recent managers.
It was
he only lasted that long because he's a legend. And I see that a statement from Roman Abramovich where he's saying that this isn't at all diminish away from the things he's done as a player.
Yeah.
But your God.
Yeah. I know.
Ruthless.
You know what? Yeah, it probably is good for him. Like before it got worse. You know what I mean? Because then it could damage his legacy there, where fans hit.
I think. Lost you a bit there. Oh, I lost you.
Man, see me, I'm saying fans could turn around and hate him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's like he has he's bought. There's quality there. There's a lot of talented players there.
I think that's the thing. I feel a little sorry for him, because in the one hand, right, he had to navigate that season where they didn't buy anybody.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And he got him into the Champions League despite that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I always knew the minute they went out and spent all that money, if that don't work.
But that's what they do. But you know what is it? I am not happy he's gone. I'm not happy he's gone. Why am I happy he's gone? I'm not, because they're gonna have a new change. And normally sometimes when a new change come in, they can kick on and get results. I rather have him, because at least we know, we have a chance of beating them easily. You know what I mean? But listen, I don't know. Who cares? It's Chelsea. So exactly. I don't care. We have our own problems. We're in 11th.
But you know what, right? I tell you what, right? Mikel Arteta's lucky there ain't no Roman Abramovich running our club.
Yeah, you understand? He is, serious. And I just say about, listen, man, as I said, we're in 11th. They're above us. They're still in the FA Cup. They're still in the Champions League. So they're making a change now. You know what I mean? They still have things to play for the season. You know what I mean? We do as well, but they are.
The mentality of their ownership is different to ours. I'm not saying. And by the way, I don't think we should have sacked Arteta, because I think he ain't got. He's unlike Lampard. He ain't got the tools.
Yeah.
I want to see what we saw that at the weekend. Yeah. So I want to see him like what he's like when he does have.
I want to say, Robbie,
judgment.
Let me tell you something. I'm an honest person. I'm an honest man. I'm like, I keep the same energy either way. And the honest truth is this: if I don't hate Arteta. I do want Arteta to do well. It's frustrating because I support the club and I want my team to win. And when you don't see things going away, and sometimes you can see like manager making certain decisions, you have to think to yourself, Arteta, come on, man. So listen, if Arteta goes on to the season and we do well, we pick up something. If we win the Europa Cup and are finishing the top 4, I'll put my hands up and say, you know what? I was wrong. I am like that.
Yeah, that might be too early this season. We ain't got the team, man. You look at it. You look at these men that came in. That's the thing. These men, Pepe and that, they shouldn't even be playing in this game.
Listen,
young kids playing it. They should be at home with their feet up.
Willian are robbing right now. Willian is robbing Arsenal. Willian will do what people said Ozil's doing. Just sitting there collecting money. That's what unfortunately, the only thing is he's playing.
Willian's the new Ozil, mate. Man United versus Liverpool, that was a good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good, man. I'm like, props to them, man. I watch the game, I mean, I said this could go any score, really. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, Liverpool had a couple good chances as well to even get a couple more goals. But you know, I feel like Man United right now, they have that. It feels like the old Man United.
Yeah.
Like where they get the results, they're getting them.
Even when they seem to go 1-0 down literally every game and they come back. It's like going to be a really, I mean, we got them next week. That's going to be a tough game, man.
We're gonna need a defensive masterclass probably against them. Play five defender.
Yeah, the funny thing is about them, they're more counter-attacking still, but they are playing very well at the moment.
Yeah.
That was a good win by them. Although, you know what, Liverpool, you can see, man, without they've got no defense at the moment, have they? I mean, no Van Dijk, no Matip. I mean, you know,
I see them screaming out. I see the fans screaming for by please get a lone centre back or something. So I'm like, yo, can we send Mustafi down there?
They could have had Socrates. Socrates, they turned it down. Right. I'll tell you what, right? Socrates is better than that kid that they got in
Williams.
He's not ready yet.
Yeah,
it's like another Eddie situation. Don't get me wrong, he's probably a really good prospect, probably will be ready at some at this moment in time.
They're not. It does show, man.
He made some big errors in that game, and you know,
sometimes
when you've got a young player and he ain't ready, and you're playing him in big games, right? You make it look worse for that kid.
Of course, and then
make it worse for him.
And that's the problem. Like there is a lot of young talented footballers being produced, but unfortunately, when you're in certain teams and the team cannot help to make, like, not doing anything, and then you're the only one. Sometimes your errors look bigger than they actually was as well. You get me? So,
all right, let's get your Boohoo Man of the Week.
Listen, like people probably surprised with this one, like. But we have to give it to him. Boohoo Man of the Week for me go to none other than Bruno Fernandes. No, not Fernandes. Fernandes. Free kickness. Listen, man, like
that's a bad free kick, man.
Yeah, come off of the bench and step up. Not a penalty this time, and score the winner. And to be honest, this guy is definitely his stats are speaking. You know what I mean? He's doing well for Man United. He's the one like making that team gel, and even I think even he has to get credit for getting Pogba back to where Pogba is, man. Because I feel like Pogba might have had a bit of pressure on him, like, yo, how this man step in and I deal with the thing, I need to step up. You know what I mean? So have to give it to him, man.
Let's hope we can stop that momentum when they come at the weekend, man. Because you know what? It's becoming unbearable. I had a call. One of them was ringing me just before this show. You know what I mean? It's unbearable at the moment with these lot, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's terrible, man.
Idiot of the week.
Listen. Idiot of the week. The idiot of the week for me, and it has to be this, and I don't care if people upset. You hear what I said earlier. I do not hate this guy, but Arteta, you have to get idiot of the week for me. You have to. Like, listen, Southampton is not like an idiot team. We have seen them. They're doing well, right? This is the FA Cup knockout stages. There's no replays. There's no second leg. It's knockout stage. This is the cup, the FA Cup that you have won. This is the only cup you have won on the shield, but the only cup you have won, and we are the holders. We are defending it. Put out a team to defend the cup. If we win this cup, we guarantee Europe. If you finish 5th or 6th, you guarantee Europe. I'd rather finish 10th in the league with the FA Cup and still get Europe. Right? So for me, Arteta, you have to get idiot of the week. You feel it Willian again. And if you feel him one more time, you're going to get it again and again and again. Every time you feel him, you get it before the show even starts.
I guess now we really do see that you're an idiot if you feel that guy. White Yardie, thanks very much, man. We're going to be back on the weekend. I mean, we've got a game. We've got Southampton again tomorrow. And then come the weekend, it's Man United. A couple of real tough games coming up.
We have to win tomorrow.
We can put it behind us, but straight away go in and seek revenge on them tomorrow.
Yardie,
thank you very much.
Bless up, man.
Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, as I said right at the start, the show is sponsored by Boohoo Man. There is a link in the description. You can get up to 40% off Boohoo Man gear right now. There's some great stuff. So get online and join the Boohoo Man revolution. Right, and we will be back on Friday previewing the weekend's games.